I think when people start talking about cannabis, they immediately start either thinking about, smoking, or definitely just started, the stereotypes that they have in their head. But cannabis has got many layers to that, and hemp, what you were just talking about, the functionality of hemp and the history of hemp, has been, for centuries. And then it's been the arguments have then been kind of being misused. You've seen an explosion in terms of in different countries now of the whole CBD market. Interestingly, I had the Steve Rolls in from Transform, and I asked him kind of the very question: do you see the CBD market starting to becoming more popular in the UK, and how does that start?
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. I think the CBD market's kind of boomed in the last, I think, 2 or so years. I mean, I've been involved in the cannabis space for just under a year, and kind of when I started to become interested in kind of the therapeutic potential of drugs and of cannabis, I definitely noticed the CBD market kind of booming. And I mean, we've done quite a bit of work around this with our New Leaf Opportunities campaign, which I touched on a little bit before, around kind of highlighting the economic opportunities. And I mean, the CBD market's worth a lot of money in the UK, and it's increasing. And we've got, I forget what the exact statistics are, but I think there's around like 5 million people that consume CBD to some extent in the UK. Like, loads of people have tried it. Obviously, it's not that it's not psychoactive, because it is, but it doesn't have impairing effects. So it's not like THC that has that kind of traditional psychoactive high feeling. But I think because it's obviously kind of seen as this kind of health and wellness product, it caters to a much larger population, which I think can only really be a good thing. I think it's really kind of expanded the cannabis sector out to those populations that wouldn't traditionally think of consuming cannabis. Like my grandmother, who's 82 years old, she uses CBD oils to help her sleep, and just for a variety of health benefits. Whereas like she would never have thought of consuming cannabis recreationally that contains THC. So I think it's a really interesting field, and I think maybe some people don't necessarily agree with the kind of commercialization and growth of the CBD sector, but I think it's probably one of the most incredible things to happen to the cannabis sector in the UK, just because it's kind of normalizing cannabis so much. And it's bringing on board those people that wouldn't necessarily think to consume cannabis, and didn't think that cannabis has these kind of health and wellness products. So I think it's doing a really good job of kind of reframing and reshaping what cannabis looks and feels like, moving away from that kind of traditional stigmatized this is a dirty recreational drug. I think it's helping that.